What you opine reflects your conditioning. What you judge reveals your shadows. Every opinion is a projection. Every judgment is a confession. तो दोस्तों हम लोग क्या करते हैं, कभी भी जहां मौका मिला हम अपना ओपिनियन देते हैं, राइट? एंड कई बार अपना ओपिनियन थोपते भी हैं. बट वॉट यू ओपाइन रिफ्लेक्ट्स योर कंडीशनिंग. जो भी हमारा ओपिनियन है ये हमारी कंडीशनिंग है. हमारे नजरिए से हम वो अपना ओपिनियन दे रहे हैं. एक ही चीज के लिए 10 आदमी 10 अलग अलग सलाह देते हैं, अलग अलग अपना ओपिनियन देते हैं,
Yeah.
अलग अलग उनकी राय बनती है. तो सब अपने अपने कंडीशन से, अपने अपने लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस के चश्मे से अपनी अपनी बातें कह रहे हैं. Many times we judge others. Before somebody completed the sentence, we already judged about them. अरे ये तो ऐसे ही है, ये तो ऐसे ही है. In our mind, we have already prepared the reply also, even before they have completed the sentence. Because our judgment runs so fast that we already manufactured our reply. ये तो thinking factory अपनी. So a lot of times, what you are judging reflects what is your emotional charge you are carrying. For example, God has no judgments. He has no judgments whether you are good, bad, right, wrong, rich, poor. He has no judgments. So if God do not judge, who are we to judge? It's not कि अरे God बैठ के सबका लेखा जोखा लिख रहा है, एक एक सेंटेंस का, एक एक थॉट का, एक एक वर्ड का, एक एक एक्शन का हिसाब किताब लिख रहा है. अगर इवन गॉड डू नॉट डू दैट, देन व्हाई आर वी डूइंग दैट? बट हम देखते रहते हैं कौन कैसा है, सबके लिए जजमेंट्स बनाते रहते हैं. सो व्हाट यू ओपाइन रिफ्लेक्ट्स योर कंडीशनिंग. व्हाट यू जज रिवील्स योर शैडोज. एवरी ओपिनियन इज अ प्रोजेक्शन. It is a projection of our conditioning. It is a projection of our life experiences. It is a projection from the lens of our life experiences. So every opinion is a projection. Every judgment is a confession. So what you are judging about others is actually a confession about yourself. Say, for example, I had a very strong judgment towards my wife in the earlier stages of my marriage. She was a bit short tempered. So I had a strong judgment. Oh, she loses her temper very easily. And because of that, I had a strong resistance towards that emotion. Because somebody loses their temper, and they're losing their temper, I will lose myself. It will not start with me, but probably it will end with me. Oh, how stupid people, or how can they be like that? How can they lose temper for such a small thing? And that is making me upset. And that is making me lose my alignment. Because I have a strong judgment towards that emotion. The judgment was not towards the wife in person. It
Yeah.
was against that emotion. Because I thought, oh, I'm a meditator, I'm cool, I'm calm, I don't get temper. But somebody is not like me. So I have a strong emotional charge against who demonstrate short temperedness. And because of that strong emotional charge, which is a strong resistance towards that emotion, it will let me lose my alignment. And then I attracted more people in my life who demonstrate short temperedness around me or towards me. And I am wondering if this is not my virtue, if this is not my nature, then why am I attracting more of these people into my life? Because I have a strong judgment towards that emotion. And the relationship is like a mirror which is reflecting back to you and telling you that something that you need to heal within. The moment I stopped judgment towards that emotion and I started accepting people, even if somebody is demonstrating short temper, I started accepting the way they are and understand the need behind the emotion. Rather than judging the emotion, started understanding the need behind that emotion, need behind the expression. Once I started understanding, not focusing on the surface expression, but the need behind the expression. And that happened when I dropped my judgment. Because acceptance, once you accept that emotion, then you can understand the need behind the emotion. When you resist that emotion, you don't go beyond it. And it's an ego play. We are trapped in that surface reality of I am right, you are wrong. I am better than you. But once you understand the need behind the emotion, then you make real connection. And then the relationship gets better and better. Otherwise, the relationship about who is right, who is wrong. What is the point? I may be proven right, but I am not winning the relationship. I may be winning the argument, but losing the relationship. So, what you opine reflects your conditioning. What you judge reveals your shadow. There's some shadow side in me. Sometimes it could be a superiority complex. When we gain some virtues in our life, many times the very reason of gaining that virtue can also boost our ego and starts making us feel superior towards others. This is how the ego becomes spiritualized. This is how ego enters through the back door. And then you start judging others. But your judgment also reflects your shadow side, where you need to work on yourself, where you need more humility, where you need to learn to look beyond the surface reality, where you need to learn the lesson of acceptance and allowance. So, what you opine reflects your conditioning, what you judge reveals your shadows. Every opinion is a projection, every judgment is a confession.